Okay, let's pick up. I actually got cut off with the recording. I ran out of time because this is the free version of an app called Screencastify, which you guys may want to check out if you ever have to do a how-to or tutorial yourself. But anyway, I ran out of time, so let me start over. We left off on talking about how you can create folders and change the colors to make them stand out. This is one thing I'm going to ask that you do, again, for each class. What I want to show you, though, is, let's do a different color because I accidentally selected red, which is what I have for algebra, so I'm going to do green. Okay, let's say that you have to create a document, a paper for English. So rather than coming down here and going to Google Docs, it would be easier for you just to create it within Drive. All you have to do is, in my suggestion, so you could skip a step and you're not having to move your files or drag and drop them into folders, is just create from within that folder. For example, if I know I'm creating this for English, I'm going to go into the English folder, and I don't have anything here yet, but I am going to go to New, Google Doc. And again, this is very similar to Microsoft Word. It's going to pull up this document for you. And you can, once it is done loading, you can go ahead and title it for the document. Still loading. Here we go. Let's give it a few seconds to load. It's still loading. Okay, no thanks. We're not going to do audio typing. Okay. Now, let's say we're going to call this okay, and then you can start typing. One thing you're going to notice is that you don't have to save. You're going to be seeing this message as you're working, all changes saved in Drive. So it's going to automatically start saving as you're typing. It'll continue saving as you're working on the document. Now, I'm just going to do the word test just to show you. Okay, again, you don't have to even go to File and Save. If you are not working in your folder, we already are, you may have to choose this option, Move To, and then you would select Drive and you would select your folder. But since we have conveniently already been typing within that folder, it's already in here because you went to your English folder and you went to New and you created it there. Same thing with slides. If you have to do a slide presentation for U.S. history, then my suggestion is to create that folder, go into the folder, and then you're going to create the slide presentation within that folder. And Google Slides is very similar to PowerPoint. And just like we saw with the docs, you're going to come over here and give yourself a title, and it's going to continuously autosave as you work. Now, what I want to do is show you how to upload files. Let's go back to my Drive. If you go to New, you also have the options File Upload and Folder Upload. If you have files on a flash drive, for example, and you do have USB ports in your Chromebook, you can upload them from here. What you may not be aware of is this is your student directory. So is it possible to download anything? We know you can download onto a flash drive, but where does it go? When you click File Uploads, your files will either be in My Drive or Downloads. Okay, so this is kind of like what you would see on a computer where you have My Documents. Kind of similar. And it's the same thing. It's downloads. It's not going to be online, but it's actually just on your Chromebook. So let's say that you have an image that you want to save for a PowerPoint. If you right-click on that image and try to go to Save As, you can have a choice to do My Drive, which I would suggest you do, or you can do Downloads. Downloads really should be temporary. So if you save something and you can't find it in your drive, my suggestion is to make sure you didn't download it into Downloads or save it into Downloads. And I actually put a picture in here just to kind of show you the process of uploading into your drive. So if there's something, again, you can't locate, go to Downloads. I will tell you it does clear when it gets full. So it will delete those eventually. It should be a temporary place, a storing place, and it's not permanently saved there. So very important that when you do have something in Downloads, if you want to keep it, you're going to want to put it in your drive. So we're going to select this because remember I went to New, and then I went to File Upload, and I went to my Downloads to get this. Okay, so it's uploading it into my drive. Okay, and here it is. Now, please don't be like me and have files everywhere. So we want to take this and go ahead and put it in our US History folder, since that's where our presentation is going to be. You can do this drag and drop. Oh, I can't believe I did it because that's a little tricky too on the Chromebook. To drag and drop, you have to kind of just click down one time and actually pull it with your fingers. And I had to kind of go diagonally into US History. Another way, let's see if it's there. It is there. Another way you can do it, let's pretend like this is, well, let me show you. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put it right back out into my drive. Copy. I'm going to go Control-C for copy. And I'm going to try this one more time to show you another way to move things. And I'm going to do Control-V. Oh, I think I just put it in my algebra folder accidentally. Looks like it's going in there. I have no idea why. That's interesting. Let me look and see. No? Okay. All right. Control-V. Well, that didn't work well. Let me look one more time. Okay, another way that you can move something. Let's pretend like this is just in my drive. Anytime you right-click, again with two fingers on your Chromebook, you have an option to move to. Select that. And you can go to the folder you want it to go into. Select it. So if you upload that file, and if we hadn't moved it into US History, we could have chose that way to move it rather than drag and drop. It's to right-click, move to, and then put it into the folder you want it to go to. So that's another way to move your files around. It's already in the US History, so I'm just going to leave it there for now. So again, let's look at a couple other things. Recent. Sometimes I'll select this if I've been working on something and I want to quickly pull it up and maybe I can't remember where it is or what folder it's under. It's going to pull up the last thing you worked on. Shared with me is something we're going to look at later. This is something that you will use when you are working with a partner, collaborative groups, or your teachers may share things with you. And that's a different thing that we'll go over in a tutorial. Starred. This would be if you starred any of your folders, and we did. So if you have an important paper, okay, you may want to star it or a folder. And then, of course, you can always use your trash. If you have something in your drive you need to get rid of, you can click on it and then come over here to trash or drag it into the trash. Google Photos, that's fairly new. And it looks like they haven't really activated it. I was going to say, I've never even used it. More than likely, I think what's going to happen is it's going to just go, it's almost going to be like a folder, I'm thinking. So if you save an image from Google, I believe it'll go directly there. Not sure yet because it's still fairly new. And that's it. So what I want you to do right now is we're going to do a little practicing, creating folders.